The Viper thought he had the upper hand. He thought nobody would find out. He thought his secret weapon was safe. He was dead wrong, and Cody Rhodes just made sure the whole world knows it. Welcome back to Wrestling Streams, Familia no filler, just fire, and today we are breaking down one of the most jaw-dropping moments on the road to WrestleMania 42. Because what happened on Smackdown this past Friday was not just a storyline twist, it was a declaration of war. Randy Orton had a mystery caller. Cody Rhodes found out who it was. And then all hell broke loose. Let's get into it. To fully understand the magnitude of what went down on April 3rd, you have to go back and feel the weight of this entire rivalry. This feud between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton is not just two superstars fighting over a championship. This is about broken brotherhood. This is about a man who smiled in Cody's face for years, who stood beside him, who the locker room believed was one of Cody's most trusted allies, turning into the most calculated, cold-blooded snake on the entire SmackDown roster. It started on March 13th during the contract signing for their WrestleMania 42 match. The papers were on the table. The moment was supposed to be historic, two respected veterans agreeing to settle their score at the grandest stage of them all. Instead, Randy Orton sat across from the undisputed WWE champion and made a choice that shocked everyone watching. He unleashed a brutal, vicious attack on Cody Rhodes right in the middle of that ring. No warning, no explanation, just pure, calculated violence. And the WWE Universe sat in stunned silence, because absolutely nobody saw that coming from the Viper at that level. Then the weeks that followed only made things darker. Orton came out the next week and sat down like he had all the time in the world, looked into the camera, and told the world that he still loves Cody. That line? That right there was the most chilling thing he could have said. Because it wasn't a rage-fueled promo. It wasn't an emotional meltdown. It was ice-cold, calculated, creepy. The kind of thing that tells you Randy Orton hasn't just turned heel, he's gone somewhere mentally that nobody can reach him. And then he went backstage and punched Matt Cardona to the ground just for daring to question him. Cardona, a man who has known both Orton and Rhodes for decades, barely said anything before Orton dropped him. That moment was Randy sending a message to everyone in that locker room: stay out of this or suffer the consequences. Cody came back the following week, and you could see it in his eyes. The American Nightmare was hurting, not just physically, emotionally. Because when someone you trusted turns on you that publicly and that violently, it does something to you that no ice pack can fix. But Cody Rhodes is not someone who stays down. He never has been. And SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis made one thing crystal clear: their WrestleMania 42 match would be an unsanctioned match. No rules, no safety net, just two men settling a personal war in the most brutal way possible. That stipulation changed everything, because an unsanctioned match isn't just about winning a title, it's about surviving. And Randy Orton, who has been operating in the shadows with a mystery caller nobody could identify, suddenly had a very serious problem on his hands. Cody Rhodes was back, he was dangerous, and he was coming to St. Louis, Randy's hometown, with a chip on his shoulder the size of Allegiant Stadium. Now here is where April 3rd becomes appointment television that the entire WWE Universe will be talking about all week. Randy Orton opened SmackDown right there in the Enterprise Center in St. Louis's city, his turf, his people, and he finally reveals the identity of that mystery caller. And Familia, the name that dropped, made the internet explode in real time. Pat McAfee. That's right. The man who has been whispering in Randy Orton's ear, the person behind the curtain pulling strings, encouraging the Viper to go further down this dark path. It was Pat McAfee. And McAfee didn't just show up to talk. He showed up to act. He went after Cody Rhodes in what turned into a brutal ambush, while backstage sources later confirmed McAfee was referencing the business and calling Randy Orton the GOAT in a follow-up segment. This wasn't a guest appearance. This was a full alliance. Pat McAfee has aligned himself with Randy Orton heading straight into WrestleMania, and Cody Rhodes suddenly finds himself not just fighting one of the most dangerous men in WWE history, he's fighting a man with a scheming, media-savvy partner who is willing to get his hands dirty. But here is what separates Cody Rhodes from everyone else who has ever been in this position. He didn't crumble. He didn't retreat. WWE confirmed ahead of the show that Cody was on hand, ready to confront Orton right in the Viper's own backyard, and that is exactly what happened. The American Nightmare showed up in St. Louis and responded defiantly. He walked into the Lion's Den knowing full well what Orton had waiting for him, and he held the championship high anyway. That is the story of Cody Rhodes' entire career, Familia. Every single time someone has tried to bury him, tried to ambush him, tried to rewrite his destiny, he answers back. And the fact that he walked into Randy Orton's hometown, on national television, with Pat McAfee now officially in the picture, and still stood his ground? That tells you everything you need to know about why he is the undisputed WWE champion. WrestleMania 42 is Saturday, April 18th and Sunday, April 19th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. The road to the grandest stage of them all is now officially paved with betrayal, broken friendships, and a secret alliance that just got blown wide open. Randy Orton has his weapon. Cody Rhodes has his heart. And in an unsanctioned match with no rules, no referee authority, and no safety, anything is possible. The question is simple, Familia. Does the Viper's cold, calculated game plan backed by the unpredictability of Pat McAfee finally dethrone the American Nightmare? Or does Cody Rhodes do what he always does and rise above the chaos to finish his story the way he wrote it? Drop your predictions in the comments right now. Team Cody or Team Orton? Let's see where the Familia stands. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell because we cover every twist, every turn, and every breaking development on the road to WrestleMania and beyond. Wrestling streams, no filler, just fire. And we will see you in the next one.